Good day and greetings from the Great White North. My name is Prickly Poo and welcome to day 101 of a year change. Today, once again, it being Tuesday, which we never really did figure out what we were going to call it, like YouTube's Day or something. Anyway, it's Tuesday, so we're adding another person to our YouTube channel ranks thing, maybe. Hopefully. This one is, this is a guy that's sort of bearing the lead already. I won't hide. I'll just say, I'll tell you all about it and not do anything. He goes by a bunch of different names. He has his real name up on his channel as well. But there's a nickname that he has as Bon Jovi, which I think is really cool. But his channel name is Man vs. Universe. And it's a bunch of different things, just like videos with him and his family. And part of that is, a weight loss vlog that he started doing. And he started this off at the end of March of this year, and has done one every few, once a week, roughly. About that, he's got 12 of them up there now. And, of course, depending on when you're watching this, he might have more. This is the very, very tail end of June, beginning of July for me, so... Anyway. But he started off, just same way that we all do, just sort of talking away to the camera and saying, here's what I want to do, I want to make a change and do this and this and this. And has really sort of dove Really, he dove into it, full force, and cut out a whole bunch of junk food and, even everything as he goes on and on about Diet Coke. Started exercising more, and he's made a really heartfelt attempt at getting the weight down. And he's been successful so far. He's lost like 30 pounds in the past 2 or 3 months. So, it's just interesting to sort of watch him from the very, very beginning and move towards where he is now. And part of that, I think, is just like all of us. He's got that same history of sort of going up and down. I think he said at his heaviest he was around 370-ish. And at his lightest he was under 200. So that's quite a way, quite the range. I can't talk at all today. I don't know what's going on. There is quite a range that he's gone through over the past few years. When he started off this blog, though, it was blog. I'm gonna interchange those. He has another blog as well. But when he started the videos, there we go. I'll just call them that. He started at around 350, and he's down to 320-ish at this point. So he's done really, really well. Now, normally, as per usual, I'm going to send a quick email off, let him know what we're doing. He's on MyFitnessPal as well, under Bon Jovi, I believe, again. So I'm going to see if, I'll start following him. He's on Twitter. He's got, as I say, he's got his own blog. But there is a bit of a problem, which I sort of foresee. I'm a bit of a potty mouth, and as you probably know by now, some of these, they have little swear words interjected every now and then, especially if it's something that just gets me angry, or grumpy, or stupid people make me angry. So a lot of the stuff like that. He is not by a long shot. So there may be a conflict there, I think, but overall, we're still looking for the same goal, so I'm hoping that it's going to that'll get sort of swept under the rug, and he won't notice. I really hope. And I noticed actually that through a lot of these, that there are some that are really bad, where I just swear all the way through it. And then I look at some of the other people that we've added, and some of them do, which I think is fine. Obviously. And then there are some that don't, and I've just noticed, I'm like, they don't swear at all when they're doing this stuff. And I guess it's just the way that people talk. I did warn you about this when we first started out, that this, every now and then, especially if it's going to be a topic that, sort of gets under your skin, that is going to happen, and it's going to continue to happen. So, but I figured I would just sort of put that out there. It's something that I noticed. And it's not one of those things where it's like, I should stop swearing and be... No, it's not probably going to happen. Just for the fact that a lot of the topics that we talk about are things that just sort of they get everybody riled up. But anyway, sort of off topic. But we'll sort of stay on target with this one. So, as per usual, I'm going to put a video of his in the YouTuber playlist. Send him off a quick email, let him know what we're trying to do. And he's got a fairly good support system now. He's got a lot of people that are following him. He's got quite a few subscribers that are watching him and watching his progress and stuff like that. Watching him and watching his progress. Awesome. This one is going to be a bad video. I know that I should sort of prepare these things in advance a little bit more and say, okay, I need to touch on these points, which I sort of do, and say I need to go here, 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 and then, if I mess up, then, see, this is where editing would come in handy. So I can just sort of chop off all the parts where I go, and... But it's not going to work that way. Because inevitably I'm going to want to sort of start over, and then it's just going to turn into 5 or 6 hours of me talking just to get a 10-minute video. Or 20 minutes or half an hour, because these have been fairly long lately. Anyway, really getting off topic here. He's got a number of different videos that he's put up, just sort of showing his family and things like that. But the main thing I wanted to focus on was one playlist that he has, Man versus Diet, which is sort of showing him going from where we were 3 months ago, starting off, but it wasn't a matter of like little small changes. Little small? Yes. Little small changes that we've been doing. He really just sort of started in completely just full bore. He went to a dietitian, as he said, a nutritionist, dietitian, consultant. I'm not sure what that is, but and he's been following meal plans that they've put out for him. He's completely cut out like his fizzy drinks. He's cut out junk food. I mean, we all have cheat days, so he's had a couple of cheat days as well. But overall, he's been very successful in what he's been doing. He went to the gym and just sort of said, nope, this is enough. No little changes. And he's really sort of, again, he dove right into it. So that's sort of the part that I find is, those are the parts that I had a hard time with. Not with his video. Just in general. Because we've all done that. We've all sort of said, okay, I'm going to change. Usually around New Year's, when we say I'm cutting out junk food, I'm going to cut out, fizzy drinks, I'm going to cut out chips or candy or whatever it is, I'm going to go to the gym 3 times a week, and we have all these, huge goals that we never really follow through on, but he's been following through on them. And like all of us, he's had his ups and downs, but overall, there is that progress where he's down, 20 or 30 pounds at this point. And I suspect he's going to continue on going. And he's done it before. Like I say, he said back in, I think about 5 years ago, 2009, he had dropped down to below 200 pounds. He did an Ironman triathlon, which is so far out there for me that it hurts just thinking about it. But he has gone sort of back and forth like we all have. And in his most recent one, he was talking about how his dad sort of went through the same thing when he was alive. That there's just that huge fluctuation back and forth. And so it's nice to have that with someone that, has gone to the extreme on both ends. We're sort of, some of you out there may be doing the same thing where you've gained a lot and then you've lost a lot and then you've gained again. And we have sort of talked about that from time to time, just that yo-yo effect. With me, it's just sort of been steadily gaining. I had one period in my life where I was almost normal. But then after that, everything just sort of went bleh. But it's an interesting... So, all of us have sort of gotten to that point where we're too heavy and we want to start losing it, but we want to make a change. But it's an interesting perspective, I think, to have. Someone that has been at one end of the spectrum and then the other, and can sort of... has a different outlook that way. I've never been thin enough that I would say, oh, if I could just get back down to that weight. Maybe when I was like 10. I was always a fat kid, but the weight that I was at when I was 10, when I was like wee, then that would be fine. Because it would seem a little more normal now because I'm taller. But there's never a period when I'm like, oh, when I was this age, I used to do this, and I was trying to think of a sport, and I can't. That's really bad. I used to do sport. I could sport all over the place. I was sporting everything. And then there's just been no time in my life when I was... I won't even say thin, just what you would call a healthy weight. So I don't have that perspective. And for some of you out there, maybe you're sort of in the same boat where we don't have something that we can look back on and say, I want to get down to the weight that I was in when I was in high school. Some of you do, in which case, like, that's probably a good motivator as well. Just being able to say, I want to get down to this weight. And so it'll be interesting to sort of see his progress and a different outlook that he can bring to it, where he's been, I don't know the exact number, but it was somewhere around 370 at his heaviest. And then from 370 to 200 pounds. Like, that's a massive difference. I think it was said 199, to be honest. So, I mean, to have like a 175 pound or 200 pound gap, or not a gap, a range. I don't know nouns. I'm sorry. To have that much of a range in your history, there's got to be a unique perspective there. Whether it affects, how you progress during, maybe that's why he's been able to just sort of hit everything so hard, because he knows he can do it. He's done it before when he went way, way down and did his Ironman triathlon. So, I mean, I don't know if that's part of that motivating factor, or if it's simply a matter of saying, no, I know I can do it because I've been there at some point. I have never been there. Never been to a point when I can say, oh, I used to do exercise and play sport again. I'm trying to think of one. I was going to say baseball, but I had played one game when I was a kid, and there's nothing to do in baseball. You're sitting for 5 hours, and then you run for 12 seconds, and that's it, if you're lucky. So we'll say football. There we go. Plenty of running around and doing all sorts of things there. Soccer. Whatever. Or hockey. Why didn't they say hockey? You're always moving in hockey. You're out for 2 minutes and you're just like, bleh, and then you stop. So we'll say hockey. There we go. Should have said that before. I'm Canadian. I'm sorry to everyone in Canada that's going, say hockey. What's the matter with you? Anyway, almost swore again, but I'm going to try on this one at least not to swear. Just sort of as an introduction. Probably going to swear tomorrow, so, but for now, not going to do it. So, I was going to try to make a joke and then swear anyway, but no, not going to. I'm going to take the high road. Enjoy. Anyway, so I'm going to send him an email, just sort of let him know what we're trying to do here, and let him know that, we're going to be hopefully following him. I'm going to add him on Twitter and keep an eye on his videos and stuff like that. And going to pay a little more attention than I did last week. I feel really, really bad about that. Send off an email and said, oh, well, I want to build this community and where there's support and where you can talk back and forth. And then for whatever reason, I'm pretty sure it was a setting that I hit in Gmail so that nothing came through. So I will be paying more attention. And if I don't get a notification at some point from one site or the other, whether it's from Twitter or Instagram or something, then I know something's wrong. But I've been getting those regularly now, and I haven't fiddled around with the settings. So, again, very sorry to Nina for doing that. I feel really bad still, and it's been a week. But I will be paying more attention this time around. I also have tomorrow off, which is nice, in the middle of the week, because it's Canada Day. So hopefully I'm going to just try to get things a little more organized and during the week and sort of do a midweek thing of organizationings. Basically just because usually I only get a chance to do it on the weekend, and I miss a lot of stuff throughout the week. So I'm going to try to take a day and get things organized that way and sort of set things up, hopefully. Or at least be a little more vocal and spend a little more time in my email and going through things like that instead of just waiting for Saturday. So that's another thing. But for now, I'm going to try to keep this video short because we've had a lot of really long ones. There's like a half-hour one, and then a 45-minute one, and then a series of 20-minute ones, and we're still almost at 15 minutes. Pooh. Anyway, so I'm going to cut this one a little bit short, which I kind of feel bad for now again. But go up and take a look at his account, his YouTube channel. Oh my God, I can't say anything. I can't talk at all. But it's called Man vs. Universe. His name is Jody. I'm going to probably just call him Bon Jody, because I like Bon Jovi. Who doesn't? And if you don't, I feel sorry for you. I really do. They're very good. You should listen to the music. It's very fancy. Very good. All the way around. For those of you that are too young and don't know who I'm talking about, I feel really old now. So go find them. You've probably heard them before. But so just in general, that's probably how I'm going to refer to him. Just because it's a very cool nickname. And it's also his nickname on MyFitnessPal. So I'm going to send him a quick message there as well. Not to be really creepy and stalky, but if we can, I like to follow people on as many different places as I can, just to sort of see how their progress is going. Not really to compare it to what we're doing here. I haven't actually done that yet. Aside from last week, when Amy lost like 5.5 pounds in a week, which was crazy. I lost 1. So, yeah, she won. But I haven't really sort of gotten to that point where there's that competitive... There's never been a competitive streak in me anyway. Hence the not being filled with sportness. But just to sort of see people's progress and, you know, whether they're losing more or whether they're losing less, just to sort of see that there are other people out there that are doing the same thing, and that obviously it can be done. So when you're having those moments when you think, I'm stuck where I am, and I don't know, you know, if I'm making any progress, we can look at these people that are doing this exact same thing and understand that, you know, you're going to have bumps in the road every now and then. You're going to have those moments where you sort of get stagnant, but it will change. Overall, looking at the big picture, the long-term trends, we are losing weight. So it's good. And we're getting healthier and a whole bunch of other stuff. So for right now, I'm going to leave this here before I start rambling on and repeating everything I've just said again. So go up, take a look. I'll put them in the playlist as well. And then follow them all over the place on Twitter and subscribe and all the other good stuff. But in the meantime, thank you very much for watching this video. And if you liked it, please poke the like button for me. In the meantime, keep yourself warm and fuzzy, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.